Welcome, guys and gals and whatever you identify as, table, chair, rabbit, dog, whatever. It's a lovely, dreary, gray, rainy, cold morning here in Ohio. Our weather is changing, and it's changing quick. I'm not ready for all these changes yet. I'm still in summer mode. This is for the Mopar group build that Mike is hosting, and it's a wonderful group build. So if you haven't joined in yet, I say join in, because there's really not much of an end date, that's my favorite kind of group build, and it's a Mopar. I mean, that's right up my alley. This is a thrift store find at $3 is all I paid for it. It's a great kit too. The detailing on it for a Monogram kit is wonderful. But it's the Super B kit, 69, and we're not going to build it as a Super B though. I already have a Super B 69 model kit I built, a replica of my brother's car. So this is the Super B that I built. This was my brother's car, a car he actually owned. He asked me to build a replica of it, so I did. Down to the wheels. That's exactly how his was set up. This is the same Monogram kit done as a Super B. The only thing I did was add the side scoops, which are resin, because his had side scoops, and converted the hood over to a power bulge hood, because his had the power bulge hood, and made the red stripe myself using Paint Shop. I took the decal sheet, scanned it, changed the black stripe to red, and printed it back out, and that's how I got my red stripe. But yeah, it's a wonderful kit. That's why I chose it, and I love this body style. It's just a great body style. Added the fender turn signals, and just had fun with this kit. It was great. But back to what we're going to be building. So this one we're going to build as a Coronet. So I'm going to get a resin conversion kit that'll change it to a Coronet instead of a Super B. And we're gonna maybe black everything out. It comes molded in the blue that you can. That looks to be about like a B5 blue, but it's metallic. If you polish it up, you'll see that metallic pop right out, but we're not going to do that. We're going to, as I said, black everything out. We're going to paint the bumpers black. There will be very little chrome on this. And then we're going to go to a lower profile tire and a little bigger rim. But it'll still be the traditional 5-spoke rim. I'm not going to go too stupid on this. These are the rims we're going to be using. And these are the low profile tires we're going to be using. And I think that'll look pretty good on the Super B. And we're going to lower it a little bit. Or drop it down. Not too much, but not going to be... Because this kit on its own sits up pretty high, I remember. In fact, even my brother's Super B that I built, I dropped the suspension down a little bit. These low profile tires are the same diameter as the stock tires. They're just wider. So that'll work out pretty good. And these tires are actually 1/25th tires, because this kit's 1/24th. So the 1/25th tires, even though they're larger, are the same scale as same size as the stock tires. So it's not going to affect the height any that much. So we'll drop the suspension down a little bit, where it sits a little lower front and back, so it just to give it a meaner look. And it shouldn't be too hard to do with this kit, because if I remember right, it has the molded on axle pins to the front, and all we'll have to do is just carefully with a razor saw is cut the pin off the spindle here, the control arm, we'll cut that off and just raise it up and drop the front end down. The back end shouldn't be too hard to do either. We can just probably carefully, and we can probably drop that down either by changing the height of the spring hangers or carefully cutting the axle off the springs and putting a spacer in there to raise the axle up so it sits higher up in the car. But we'll figure something out when the time comes. This is a great kit too. I mean, look at the detailing on the dashboard. It's all crisp and clear. It even has the pebble grain texture that these had. But it's just a great kit. And Monogram really did a super job with this kit. It has a 6-pack hood, but we're not going to be using the 6-pack hood. We're going to be using the hood that comes with the conversion kit, which is just the Ram Air hood, the 2-scoop hood. We'll be using that hood instead, so we won't be using the 6-pack hood. And I don't know if I'm going to make this a 6-pack. I make it a 444 barrel. So I think I have a single carbureted manifold for this. I don't know. I'll have to look. If I don't, then I'll have to just convert it over. Or, I mean, just make it a 6-pack. You know, I'd rather just have a single 4-barrel. But, yeah, it's got some really nice detailing in it. And that's a 4-speed transmission, so it will be a 444 speed. Of course, the tail panel we won't be using because that's going to get converted over to a Coronet tail panel instead of a Super Beat tail panel. But anyway, we'll talk more about it. I just want to show that the kit hasn't been built yet. As I said, I got this from the thrift store for $3, and for $3 I wasn't going to let this one go by because I knew it was a pretty nice kit altogether. Yep, I took it out here and I can't get everything back in there. I hate when that happens. There we go. So that's going to be our entry for the Mopar group build. It'll be a 69 Coronet RT. And then I'll have to get on the internet, go to Hearts Parts Resins, get my conversion kit, and we'll be all set to go. Alright guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you when we start on this thing. I don't know when, but we'll start on it probably sometime this year. We'll start on it. Alright guys, see you.